Hi everyone, Mark Merrill with Firm. Our viewpoint on the Mills administration versus ICE laws. Continuing story. Firm takes another review of an ongoing controversial and extreme battle between the Mills administration and federal ICE and DHS immigration laws, this time with one particular view from a Waterville citizen who gives his concerns, ladies and gentlemen. You'll like to listen to this one. This is bottom line from a resident of the city of Waterville at the July 25th council meeting.
Oh, sorry, I'm Jeremy. Yeah. Ward 4, 5, Ward 5. But I'd like to talk about the anti-ICE cooperation ordinance. I find it really troubling that this city would pass a ordinance that is purely recalcitrant. That's not the duty of city council. It is to pass ordinances that are to ensure public safety, among many other things. Not cooperating with federal law enforcement agencies is not good for public safety. We cooperate with many other federal law enforcement agencies, FBI, ATF, DEA. Immigration enforcement should be no different than any of those other federal law enforcement agencies. This council has a job to cooperate with those law enforcement agencies when they have a job to do, because it is incumbent upon this council to ensure public safety. I cannot reiterate that enough. And there are many reasons, on top of that, why we should be cooperating with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Not the least of which are the innumerable families that have been stricken with unimaginable tragedy at the hands of illegal aliens residing in this country. Sheridan Gorman, Jocelyn Nungare, Rachel Morin, just to name a few. There are others that are escaping my mind right now, but I'll highlight one that is extremely troubling to me. 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungare, 12-year-old girl from Texas, who was kidnapped by two illegal aliens while she was walking to the convenience store. Those two illegal aliens, who had been arrested several times before, were released, and they kidnapped Jocelyn. They beat her, they raped her, and they murdered her, and they tossed her underneath a bridge. Everyone that voted in favor of moving this ordinance along should keep Jocelyn Nungare's mother in their thoughts. And I also implore everybody on the city council that voted in favor of advancing that ordinance to watch videos and testimonies of those angel families in front of Congress and try to do so without crying. I can't. I'm not afraid to admit that. It gives me goosebumps right now. So, before you vote yes on an ordinance that would not cooperate with federal law enforcement agencies, think about those angel families, and then think about your own children if you have any. I hope that never happens to anybody here. Thank you.
Indeed. As for the ordinance that the gentleman spoke about, 107-2026. Gotta write that one down, folks. It's not going anywhere. As a matter of fact, it's got to make sure that everybody knows what that was about. 107-2026. Immigration enforcement restrictions, including amended language to exclude law enforcement, plus original proposed language. Here's the amended substitution titled immigration enforcement restrictions for non-law enforcement employees, City of Waterville. Now, section definitions. This is where it gets a little bit more deeply disturbing, folks. As read, immigration enforcement restrictions for non-law enforcement employees. Definitions. For the purpose of this ordinance, the following term shall have the following meanings unless the context otherwise indicates. A. 1A. Citizenship or immigration status means an individual's citizenship or immigration status. As such status is defined in federal law. B. City board means the city council and every commission, committee, board, task force, or other body established by charter, ordinance, or city council order. C. This is important, folks. City employee means any non-law enforcement person employed by the city or any elected or appointed member of a city board. D. Contact information means home address, work address, telephone number, electronic mail address, social media contact information, or any other means of contacting an individual. These two last ones, folks, are the ones that we're emphasizing on firm. E. Definition 1E. Federal agency means the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE agency, the United States Customs and Border Patrol, CBP agency, and any other federal agency engaged in immigrant enforcement operations, including any successor agency charged with the enforcement of federal immigration laws. And 1F, finally, immigration enforcement means any effort to investigate, enforce, or assist in the investigation or enforcement of any federal civil immigration law, and includes any effort to investigate, enforce, or assist in the investigation or enforcement of any violations of Title VIII of the United States Code. How's that one? Sounds important to me, folks. Now, those are the ones we were moving along. So you can see those up close here, folks. We'll put them up here for you, but we may certainly put them in our notes so that you can certainly see everything. And you can also go to the Waterville City Council website. And another website we will give at the bottom of our notes or probably in comments. And as we continue on this one here, folks, our viewpoint on the Mills administration versus ICE laws. At approximately 2:50 p.m. on July 23rd, 2026, firm inquired at the Waterville police station and spoke with Information Officer Major Jason Longley about the new ordinance and the police chief's views on it. Officer Longley told us Police Chief William Bonney could not comment any further on this council ruling, but firm was advised to contact Chief Bonney at a later date. We're doing our job, folks. We're just following up, that's all. Prior to the Waterville Council meeting, U.S. Senator Susan Collins and U.S. Senator Angus King contacted the DHS Inspector General to conduct an independent investigation of the previous fatal shooting in Biddeford involving ICE personnel. A formal letter dated July 14th, 2026 was issued and addressed to Acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche, which we believe by now is official. No more acting. He is. Attorney General. There's the letter. As we continue and finish up, folks, the letter was to request the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation to cooperate with state and local law enforcement on this shooting incident. Lastly, on all the information that we get here, folks, at firm, this better raise some hairs and concerns on everybody's neck, especially if you have children, grandchildren. This last excerpt is from the Maine Morning Star. Not really a reliable publication or news service, we feel. There it is. Maine legislators asked DHS chief to comply with state investigation into ICE killing dated July 29th, 2026, updated July 30th. The timeline of any investigation and to what extent the federal and state governments are cooperating with one another remain unclear, they post on Maine Morning Star. A spokesperson for the Maine Attorney General's office, which launched an investigation, they say, days after the shooting, they say, said there is ongoing cooperation with the federal government, but no additional updates. Governor Mills declined to provide an update earlier in the month of July, only saying she believes, quote unquote, federal authorities are cooperating with the state. Maine Morning Star's records requests from the state and federal authorities for 911 call logs, communication between state and federal agencies, the coroner's report, the incident report, and other information have been denied. Lastly, this is ongoing, folks. It's not over yet. They report, Maine Morning Star does, U.S. Senator Collins and DHS Secretary Markwayne Mullen told her that the Inspector General's Boston satellite office was investigating alongside the FBI, but earlier in the month of July, federal agents were reportedly told that the FBI would no longer investigate alleged assaults involving immigration agents, effectively leaving the Department of Homeland Security, under which ICE is housed, to investigate itself, according to sources who spoke with the New York Times. Damn it. Now, once again, mainstream media, their little nasty, bloody fingers in it. But, see, once again, folks, federal agents were reportedly told that the FBI would no longer investigate alleged assaults involving immigration agents, effectively leaving the Department of Homeland Security, under which ICE is housed, to investigate itself, according to sources who spoke with the New York Times. But DHS and the Justice Department have denied that charge. July 30th. Last post, 2026. It's ongoing, folks. It's nasty, cruel, it's horrendous. Period. Anyone had to die. But here we are, once again. Just like all the other shootings and incidents that have happened in the course of the past year and a half, many here in Maine. Stay tuned to Firm, folks. We'll stay on top of it. This and many other things. See how things go with the Waterville City Council and many others. Janet Mills proclaimed Maine a sanctuary state months ago, maybe even over a year ago by now. That's why she's all, oh no, not me. Let my Attorney General handle it. Stay in touch with us, folks, this way. fairnessinreportingmedia@gmail.com, fairnessinreportingmedia@gmail.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Right here, folks, as we bring our camera a little bit more into focus for you and everyone else there. We're also on YouTube, X, and our website, substack.com, at Mark Firm News 1. Substack.com at Mark Firm News 1. Thank you again for joining us here on Firm. Everybody out there, stay safe. Peace to all.